Oh, Satnam Studio 108 community. I'm glad you clicked in today. Abby and I are having a book club chat. We're going to talk about books, and that's one of my favorite topics. Like summer reading is a lot of fun. Beach reading is a lot of fun.
Yep.
Airplane reading is a lot of fun. Audios while I drive are a lot of fun. Winter on the couch in front of the fireplace is a lot of fun. So, what's not to love about books?
Right.
Where
I
did your
mean,
passion start?
oh gosh, I was just thinking of this the other day. I've loved reading for so long. My mom really was my mom and my grandma, my Grammy. Um, they always loved reading. So then as a kid, we had a library right up the street from my parents' house,
Mhm.
and we would hop in the wagon and my mom
Oh,
would wagon
cute.
us up. And then as we got bigger, we would ride our bikes there. And then once I was old enough, I would ride my bike by myself. So I've loved reading, and summer reading always held a special place in my heart.
Did they
Uh,
do the summer reading programs
they
at your
did.
library too?
And I was obsessed with it. On brand, on brand. Yes, I always loved it. I really did. And some of my siblings, they would dabble with it a little bit, but it still was pulling teeth for them at times. For me, I don't know why, I just have always found so much comfort in reading. So
Yeah.
much so. Yeah.
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 It's a nice escape. You learn a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The stories are
Yeah.
life rehearsal,
Oh, absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely. And that moment when you are reading a book, they call it getting off the page. And it's that moment when you're reading a story and all of a sudden you're no longer reading the words and it's just so fluid that you're actually feeling the story and feeling the emotions. That, oh my gosh, I crave that. I think
Yeah.
it's the coolest thing ever. And that's also why I love audiobooks, because when I was teaching reading in English, I had students who struggled, especially with fluency, and they couldn't get that feeling. So they were struggling to like reading. They didn't enjoy it. It was
Right.
hard. So I told them, well, here's the physical book. Let's get you the audiobook. While you follow along with the words, just listen to the story too. And it's okay if you drift off from following for a second. Just listen. And every single time the kids would come back to me and be like, oh my gosh, I love this book. Whereas before, oh, I forgot to read last night. I didn't do my homework, So audiobooks also have a really special place in my heart.
And that's called what? I never heard about it before. Like I've had the experience, but I didn't know it had a tag.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's official, but I just came across it when I was teaching.
Yeah.
Called reading off the page or getting off the page.
Getting off
when your
page,
brain can make that leap into and be fully immersed, in the story or the content or whatever it may be. Yeah.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. I love that trick for kids too. Because I know my kids were that way. We're kind of off task, but it's fun to hear stories. So I'm going to share this story too.
Yeah.
But like my son loved to read. It was always nose in the book and would travel. Gone.
Yeah.
But Leo was always, not quite able to capture that. And she loved books and she loved bookmarks. And she would have all her Junie B. Jones and she'd have her bookmarks and she'd tuck them in her arm and she'd carry them around. And, they were very important to her. But I don't know if she ever finished the book. Like I think the actual reading of the book was not what it was about for her. She was a book collector. She was a book collector. It was an accessory. It was an artistic endeavor. She would write books, and she would ask me, she'd have storybooks and I'd staple them together so she could have the pages turn and she had all the pictures and everything. Yeah. But it's really too important to not find a way into that world.
Absolutely.
Like reading is too important for kids to not have a way that they can enter the realm of it, whether they're engrossed like Aaron always was, or sort of a creative book lover like Leah. Yeah. Do your girls love it?
Yes. And actually this morning, we were reading just a small little board book and Zoe started sounding out words. So she's starting kindergarten and she started sounding them out. And I looked over, what? And she was able to read some of the words, and I'm so impressed and just so excited. Yeah. And, they love right now the whole act of snuggling up together and reading a book together, or before bedtime we read. But I selfishly am so excited for when they learn to read for real themselves, because I think each of them based on how they're going. I think they're gonna love it. Zoe most especially. Yeah. That's
the bug,
at least.
Got the bug.
Yes.
Good job, Mom.
And they see me nonstop reading. I mean, I carry around a stack of books. And the other day I was posting on social, I had 5 books, and I said, oh my gosh, I wish I had more brains so I could read these all at the same time, because I can't pick which one I want to read.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I never thought of my brain. Sometimes though, like I'll have books that I read and I keep them.
Yeah.
Because I want to hold, like, this is my brain. Now this holds a piece of my brain. And if I hold the book, I'll keep the knowledge. Like, it's hard to circulate books that are really special to me. I keep them. But I have like a bookshelf that's double stacked and it has cupboard doors. It's like from IKEA. And I said to Bill, I'm going to go through these books and clean some of these out of here, because space, like it would be good to have more, space. And they're old.
Yes.
And I opened the cupboard and like I gulped. I was like, oh no, my whole life.
Oh.
And he happened to be walking by and he heard me. He's like, it's okay, babe. Just keep them. They're all right. Just keep them. Because like the emotion that came out of me, like I just saw the history of my whole life through all of these books that were so dear to me. These ones that really hit me are the ones that I kept. I donate plenty, but and you guys, you can come to the Recycle Free Cycle library here in the studio on the back shelves, when you go back to the bathroom. And I added a few more last week. So come and grab
I just snagged one on meditation and being, and it's a 365 one. Did you drop that?
That's the one I grabbed by roll. Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, yes, I need that. So I just dove into that 2 days ago.
Yeah, I saw you posted about it. I was like,
I'm excited.
He has 2. He has meditations from the mat, and then this one that's a green color. The meditations from the mat I kept. The meditations from the mat is like 1 entry per day kind of thing too. They're just numbered. They're not dated. They're just numbered. And when I started practicing, I would read one before my practice and I'd write the date. And so I've been through it a couple times. So that one has like dates at the beginning of when I had read it.
I love that. And I love seeing any type of progress like that. That's why I like to write in certain books, especially anything that's like a self-development book like that. I will write all over them, because then when you revisit, you can either see, wow, I've really learned to embody what I was working on there, or, it opens new doors for new potential to grow. And it gives me all the feels. I love that.
Yeah. Well, that's how your book is. Let's talk about your book.
Let me grab it.
It is in the front lobby of the studio. It's called Self-Care for Moms, and realistic self-care for moms. And it's officially published and out in the world. How's that been?
It's been awesome. I had a lot of events and things at the beginning, and then for summer I told myself, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to make my list and kind of figure out where I want to go from here in terms of going to events or doing speaking and things like that. So I could be really intentional about it, which is completely aligned with my book.
But something you probably worked on.
Yes. And that's what led me to writing this.
Because when you published it, it took so much energy to publish it. Do you get that panic? Like, I have to do all the things.
Yes.
I have to say yes to everything.
Oh, absolutely. And that at the beginning, I was all ready for that, and I had the energy for that, and it was not daunting. It was exciting. And I went into everything really feeling very fresh. And I know myself, I will push and push and push and keep doing that if I don't check myself. So I told myself, Zoe's starting kindergarten in the fall. This is our quote unquote last summer that is mainly us at home before school starts. So I wanted to soak that up. I didn't want my book to take away from all the joys of motherhood. It's to enhance it. That's the whole point of it. So I thought, practice what you preach, go slowly, kind of move through. And that's what I've been doing now, working on getting the word out there on social media in a very organic, authentic way. I didn't want to be pushing so hard that in 2 months I was burnt out.
I think that that's a really sensitive spot for anyone who's in this arena of self-help. Is like, how do you publish something that says, let's be mindful, let's be intentional, let's not engage in the commercialism and the marketing push that is so overwhelming really in society, and that wears us down, makes us feel less than, like all of those things. And yet gulp, like, I've got to do it, and I've got to have the faith and the trust.
Yes.
And, when I hear you say that and see what you have that you offer out into the world, I'm like, whoa, leader.
Thank you.
Yeah. Leadership.
Yeah. Well, this writing this book and putting all of this in print and sending it out there. I started it as a way for my own self to kind of work through these topics. And then once it was published, it was like, all right, here it is for everyone else to do. I have to prove that I've taken these steps for myself. And then when, there's certain things I talk about in here where self-care, it's not like, boom, I'm done. Now I'm self-cared and I never have to do it again. It's consistent. So we do have to check ourselves. And there are times where I need to revisit a chapter. I need to go back and look at, for example, right now, my morning routine with the girls with summer. It is all over the place, where during the school year, even though my kids were in preschool, I had my alarm set. I would do, my set things. And I've seen the morning routine you have started sharing. And it was so funny to see that you had just done that, because I was just thinking about it. Oh my gosh, how aligned this place is. Like, they know my heart.
And one of the things we hear most from moms and teachers and people, academic calendar people, in August is, I'm looking forward to getting back to my routine.
Yes.
And I don't know. I think even summer has a routine to it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's just different.
It's
not bad.
It's not bad.
Yes.
But like nice in August for us to post. Some people are sharing, most people actually are sharing things that are like the relaxing part of the routine. Like no one's saying, my routine is the alarm clock rings and my alarm clock says ready, set, go. Yes. Like no one's sharing that kind of routine. They're like, I like to stand outside for a good length of time and just say hello to the day and breathe the air and check the sun out or the clouds out, whatever Mother Nature is offering, and wait for my dog to do her business. Like that is more of a summer feeling routine. But to be accountable to kind of how it goes in the morning and to check yourself. Oh, because it's coming back. The more structure. Structure is coming back.
Yes. And I feel with that structure coming back, that's when we start to hear people say, oh, I'm just so busy. And have this relationship with the word busy. I feel it gives me this immediate tension in my body. I hate to feel rushed. And every time I feel rushed or overly booked, that's when everything starts to snowball, so to speak. And I think when I'm kind of crafting my new morning routine and going through and thinking about what's important to me, like you said, it is slowing down. It is knowing we're going to have to get to certain places at certain times, which we didn't have to do it all in the summer. And it was so nice. And I scheduled it on purpose like that. Like we are scheduling in stay at home days. And I'm going to drink my coffee on the patio. And now I'm looking at, how can I maintain that? Even though we do have to get
there's
to
a requirement.
Yeah, there's a requirement. We do have to
get for sure.
Yeah. So kind of, morphing those things together. And I had a dream the other day, which was right before full moon circle. And Danielle had said, pay attention to what your dreams are the night before. And it was so funny because I had the most vivid dream. And you're going to think I'm making this up. I'm not making this up. I swear this was my dream. I was rushing around my house looking for a library book that was overdue. I'm searching. And I look at the, email or whatever that says how overdue it was. And it was years overdue. Aww. So I'm shuffling around, panicking, right? Okay. And don't worry, it was just a dream. And I don't even know if they have late fees that big deal because you can buy the book for like nothing. No worries. So I'm brushing around and I find this stack of like papers and books and just kind of stuff, which is very abnormal for me in terms of my house because it's very clean and it's very people walk in and they're like, you have kids? I'm like, yes, I need to keep my space like this to keep my sanity. So anyways, in this dream, I'm shuffling through all of this stuff, this whole pile. And I find the book and it's a green book and it had all of this greenery, but like a real picture, not artwork. And it's very vibrant. And the word just says nature. And
Wow.
I woke up shortly after that and I thought, oh my gosh, that's what I need. I just need to get back in touch with nature. And it's so easy to do with the girls. They love it. They love being out. They love going in the water or just playing outside in general, but going to like a park, things like that. And it's really easy for me to gravitate to, oh, let's go to the park to play on the swings, but let's shift instead and go to the park for you to play in the water or for you to just wander in the trees, that type of vibe. So that stuck with me.
Huge.
Yeah.
Love that. Clear message.
Yeah.
Great job, universe.
Yes.
No confusion, no doubt. She picked it right up. Yeah. Great job.
Just like, hit me.
One of my favorite things, I'll just share this one. One of the favorite things that my kids and I used to do, and I mentioned it this morning when I was talking to someone about nature. Yeah. So there's something, it's time. It's timely message. But I would take a watermelon and a knife and a couple old towels, and we'd go down to the river ford in Brecksville, where the river and the roads real low to the river. Yeah. And we park the car and it's a great place to slice up a watermelon and let the kids be sticky and messy, and they bathe in the river, get in the car, a couple towels to dry off the mud. So like all of the elements, the water and the rocks and the dirt and the green and the sun and the fresh air and just like just nature, just connect.
Yes.
Yeah.
We crave it in the world.
And somehow not to lose that in the dreary days or the winter days.
Yeah.
Somehow to carry it in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so important. And I think we forget sometimes in the hustle and bustle, we forget to just reconnect and to just go outside, get fresh air. Yeah. The other day I went out and just took my shoes off and stood in the grass. 5 deep breaths. Thank you, Mother Earth. Like even that much can be helpful. Oh, definitely. And I've always been a water person. So when we went and took family pictures, and I told her I just wanted to feel like I just want to celebrate like girlhood. I have these 3 little girls. I just want it to be super girly. Sorry, Tony. It made him look really good. Yeah, he looks really, really good. My little girl. Oh my gosh, he was like dancing with the fairies. He's so perfect. Yeah. But she had said there's a creek here, and it was so hot, and we walked down, and she goes, do you care if they go in? I'm like, are you kidding? Right. I want to go in. I'm like, I need to take my shoes off. I need to get my feet in the water. And those are some of my favorite pictures. I just feel like anytime I'm stressed, even if I need to just walk over to my sink, and my mom always taught me just run your wrists underwater. Yeah. And that is it's a game changer. It's a game changer. So the water is just tons of tips, you guys. Tons of tips. Yes. I don't know if they're in the book or not, but they're here for you. Well, there's a spot for you to figure out those things for yourself. And that's what I love about the book. I feel everyone has knowledge, of course. And I tried to share, the different things that have worked for me in the beginning of each chapter. But really, the power is in the second half of each chapter when you're looking at, okay, who am I? Because I can tell you who I am, and I can tell you that going underwater and being fully immersed is something that'll change my entire trajectory of my week. But if that doesn't work for you, that doesn't work for you. So that's why it was so important to me when I worked with the publisher to say it has to have a spot for people to reflect on what I've talked about, the topic. And then I need them to be able to visualize that for themselves. And then the last piece is grow. How is this going to fit into your life? And that part is my favorite part because it's different for everyone. Right. 100%. It's like finish your own book. Yes. Yeah. Yes. But also like what a practical tool, because when we talk about going back to school and like how we can mindfully organize our routines and intentionally set things up for ourselves, that growth part is where you actually figure out how you're going to do it. Yes. Create a new habit, create a new structure, a new opportunity. Yes. Yes. And you have to know what all of those pieces, like every single step of the way is important. And I feel like sometimes we get hung up on the visualization, and the visualization can turn into, here's what I want my life to look like. This is the ideal. And if it's not this way, if it's not perfect, it's not going to be enough. And I feel what my book challenges the reader to do is sit down and look at what is realistic for you,
Mm-hmm.
not what someone else is doing down the street or on social media.
And realistic isn't necessarily ideal.
Yeah,
it's realistic.
And it's realistic to your phase of life. Maybe one day, and I know one day I'm going to be able to wake up every morning, go for a walk, come home, sit down, drink my coffee, journal. Like I have a 3-hour morning routine one day. Right now, 30 minutes is like, wow.
What a win.
That's amazing. Because some days it feels like maybe 3 minutes is a win.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, the realistic piece and accepting that and running with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other day I took 20 minutes. I turned to Tony after he got home from work and I said, I just need 20 minutes in our room with the door closed. Like, can I have that? And then it was maybe like minute 19 and the girls are like, Mom, what's going on? I'm like, that was all I needed, 20 minutes. And I feel so rejuvenated just to get that little bit of time and space. And now, let's go outside. Yeah. Let's go. You guys want to play in the yard? Sure. I'm ready for you.
And like how that like kind of pull out of the chaos of the requirements and have a few seconds just to breathe and like find yourself again.
Yeah. And even, I've dreamt of, again, having an hour-long morning yoga practice. And I'm like, okay, so I probably have to wake up every morning at 5 a.m. to make that work. I am not a morning person.
It's not sustainable for me. It's like I can do it. Like, there's a book called The 5 a.m. Club.
Yes.
Yeah. And I can do it and I can do it for quite a while, but it's not sustainable. Within a month or two, I feel really run down, really like strained by it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not a comfortable
routine. You pick up things and I looked at that and I read it and my brother is huge on the 5 a.m. club.
Really?
So he recommended it to me. He's been doing it, I want to say now for about a year or so.
Wow. And
it's been amazing for him. So I'm like, I got to read this. I got to try it. Right. I read it and I would love to be that person. I'm not that person. So you can take tidbits from it and just let the rest go. I'm not going to beat myself up because he's doing great with the 5 a.m. club and it's changed his life and he loves it. I'm so happy for him. And I'm going to find my 5 a.m. club. It's going to be something a little different.
Start at 7.
Yeah. Exactly. Ideally 7. I mean, like, the world, we're all synced up and the perfect way for me would be about 8.
100%. I think too, really allowing your nervous system to come online in the morning in a way that's relaxing for you changes the tone of my whole day. So whether it's at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 8 a.m., it doesn't matter. Just like not having a blasting, startling start to the day has been really helpful. Let's talk about book club because hopefully people will include a little bit of reading and book club in their shift for change of season routine. We've got one coming up on August 24th
and we have
Sunday, and this
is The Untethered Soul, which has come recommended to me.
Is this the first time you're reading it?
This is the first time I'm reading it.
What did you think?
I am loving it. I'm loving it. Yes, it's just there's so much. It's hard for me to even. There's so many things. I mean, I'm already tapping
like every page. Yes. When I read it, it was life-changing. It was a lot of years ago.
And it's not a big book. A lot of these books that I choose, they're not long.
No.
But oh my gosh, they are so profound.
And also, I mean, I don't know about anybody else. Maybe everybody who's coming has read the book, but I have no problem showing up with about a quarter, 2 pages.
Oh yeah.
I bought the book.
Oh my gosh.
Leah, I got a nice bookmark for my book.
My book is crisp. I never opened it up.
I mean, I feel like it's a nice group to just come in and engage in conversation.
And every month, everyone has read different amounts. Okay, and it's life is different each month, each day, each week. So sometimes it's easy for you to read the whole entire book. Sometimes it's just not going to be in the cards and you don't have to stress about it because I'll read it for you. And if you missed anything, I'll let you know. So in fact, if you didn't finish the book, then you have to come because I'll let you know what you missed and I'll catch you up. And then if you want to go back and finish it, you can. And if
that's the other thing. I feel like some books I'm fine not finishing. Like I get some big ideas and they've really served me.
Yes.
So it could be that for you. There could be months where you're like, no, I have to finish this book. I'm so engrossed in it.
Yeah.
I really want to finish it. And then sometimes when you don't. So I think that even book club can have that same kind of intentional, respectful, compassionate attitude that, you know, we don't have an accomplishment that we have to
absolutely
check a box or
and the conversations, especially when you're talking about self-development books, you're talking about anything that's a spiritual book or anything, the books that we read for the book club, there is so much wisdom that comes, it sparks off of the book. You know, the book is the starting point for our conversations, and then it just goes. And everyone's bringing their insights and bringing so much to the table. The book club is less about the book and more about the community and about the safe space. I've learned just as much, if not more, from the conversations than about the actual physical books that we read. So I feel that is such a powerful aspect of the book club.
I just have to point out how uniquely gifted and aligned this is for you, and what a difference that makes for the people that come to the book club. So I want to just
thank you,
like take a breath and put the crown on your head and let you know that you know, sincerely, I'm so grateful that you're doing this here. It's really beautiful to see you in your joy and in your passion and in full alignment with who you are and how you are. And I know that makes the success of the book club. It makes the community aspect of the studio authentically community. To have people who are really loving what they do, offering themselves and connecting with other people. Like, it's incredibly important. And it's not like I can go out and interview people and have this happen. That's not how this happens in this business. So, you know, just thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
It's been so nice. I mean, I remember joining the book club before I was hosting it. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I do. And then when you asked me to start hosting it, I remember you said, think about it for a day. And I was like so excited. I'm like, yes.
And I'm like, just think about it.
Make sure it's going to work for you. But I was just so excited because I mean, again, on brand, I was a reading and English teacher. This is what I did with the kids that I taught. And then when I left teaching to start staying home with my kids and raising my girls full time, I was looking for that fulfillment piece, and to find that here in an adult situation. I loved teaching kids, but now being with my kids all day long, I'm craving the adult conversations, 100%. But loving having like the book and the reading,
the learning, the engagement, the growth, the inspiration, like all of it that comes together in that. No, I'm really, really, so it's 11/11. So look at all the ones lining up to say, yes, alignment. I'm so aligned to this. Tell us more about what's coming up in book club as we move into September. I know the September one you don't have.
Yes, the September one it should arrive on my doorstep either today or tomorrow. I was hoping it would be here, but it's a long title. Bear with me. It's Secrets of Space Clearing. Achieve Inner and Outer Harmony Through Energy Work, Decluttering, and Feng Shui. And it's by Denise Lin. And I chose this book because with this back to school energy, whether you have kids going back to school or not, I feel our brains almost having, if you've gone through traditional schooling where it's a, summer off calendar year, we kind of all get to this, okay, it's time to reset. And I think a lot of the resetting needs to come from your space too, and setting it up in a way that really feels good and feels calming and practical and all the things. I know on social media, there's huge jump towards decluttering and things like that. And I do love, I do love decluttering myself, but also just refreshing your space.
100%.
I noticed the other day I was looking around and Tony had taken the two older girls to swim lessons, and I had my younger daughter Emma with me, and we were kind of just hanging out in the living room, and I'm looking around with the free time of having just one child with me instead of three. And I like, oh, my plants look a little dingy. So I started washing them all and switching their spots. And just that action, I feel like I walk into the space and I'm like, whoo, Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy anything new. I didn't get rid of anything. I repotted some things together, and, of course, like the act of being in the dirt and everything helps too. But I'm very excited.
They were like sitting up straight. Oh, thanks, Mom.
Yeah. They all got showers. So just even looking at your space and looking at what you have to work with already and kind of shifting things around, and, sometimes even just moving something a quarter of an inch is, spruces it up.
Yeah, 100%.
So excited for that book for September. And then this book I had kept on seeing. This is going to be our October meeting, but I'll be out of town at the end of October, so it's kind of funky. We'll have 2 November meetings.
So this is November.
So this is November
Early,
2nd.
November 2nd. Okay.
Yes, so this is early November, November 2nd. And it's called Signs, The Secret Language of the Universe. It's by Laura Lynn Jackson. And this book has been calling to me for a couple of years. It keeps popping up, and interesting that it popped up yesterday. We were in the car, and the girls have been so antsy to see a rainbow, and they've seen them before, but they're little, so their memories go in and out. So they've been so excited to see a rainbow, and like, you can't just snap your fingers and make a rainbow happen. So it's been very built up. And yesterday we were driving, and it was
so sorry. I just picked my water bottle.
It was the weirdest day yesterday, where we were at, the one side of it was just completely dark, and then pure sunlight on the other side.
Wow.
So you looked left and you looked right. It was just so polar opposite. And I said, girls, this might be it. We might get to see a rainbow. And we did, and it spanned. We were on the highway, so we saw the full arc of the rainbow, and then there was a second one above.
Wow.
It was amazing, and they were so excited. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. I was so excited. It was one of those moments where the kids brought me back to that childlike excitement.
Yeah.
I was so excited. He's still there. I'm trying to drive. And looking for signs like that, I'm excited to see what this book has to offer, and see how we can find meaning in the different signs that pop up, and share that. And I think that childlike wonder kind of plays into it.
Right. And the magic too that happens when you read a book like that and you start all of a sudden seeing and noticing signs. It's like, they'll show up for you.
Absolutely.
Kind of like the 11:11 I caught when we were talking about alignment.
Exactly.
All the signs.
Exactly.
Okay. End of November.
Yes. And end of November is The Hidden Power of the 5 Parts. So sometimes when I pick books, I'll have had them on my shelf for a while, and I'm waiting for the moment for that to feel right. And
this is Kimberly Snyder. I've read some of her other things.
This just felt right for end of November, for heading into the winter season, for really kind of grounding down and looking into yourself. So I'm excited for this one. She talks on the back cover, they talk about being overwhelmed and stressed, and the cycle of low energy or anxiety. So I think this will hit at a great time when that holiday hustle, bustle, stress, busyness starts to set in. This will give us some time to sit with ourselves and really
kind of lift up out of that and find the higher path through it. Yeah. I like that. So that'll be the November read for the end of November. Yeah.
And then one other thing I do want to talk about, we're going to be doing, our book club has historically loved Brene Brown.
Okay.
I mean, because everything she says is just wonderful.
Yeah. Relatable.
So good, and given to us on a silver platter, but in the most accessible way. It's so easy to understand what she's saying, and at the same time, it's all so wise and so profound. So anyways, the recommendation for Atlas of the Heart came up, and Atlas of the Heart is almost like a thicker coffee table book. And she goes through all of these different words and emotions that we would be experiencing. And I was going to choose it initially for the September book club, but I felt that would just be too rushed. I think we needed to work through this book at a slower pace. So what we're actually going to be doing, and I'm going to share this, I've shared with some of the members, but
Sure.
I'll share at our next meeting. I have a bookmark printout of when we're going to be reading each of those categories slowly throughout the year.
Oh, cool. So there'll be
yes.
one overriding book, kind of umbrellas. Are you going to start in 2026 or are you going to start in September?
I was conflicted with this.
Right.
I didn't know, do I want to wait? And I got to thinking, why wait?
Why wait?
Why wait?
Yeah, it's a great idea. Let's do it.
So we're going to dive right in. I'm going to explain everything at this meeting, and then the following meeting we'll start. And
that's such a good idea, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
And then you have a book club. You have a bookmark.
Yes.
So if you're a bookmark person, then you can just use Abby's bookmark.
Yes. And I'm partly doing that because when I was explaining to the current members, they immediately are so cute. I was like, they were students. They're like, okay, so when do we start? What do I need to do? And I said, you don't need to worry about anything.
Yeah.
You just enjoy the book for August right now. We'll meet and I'll tell you everything you need to know. Like, don't worry. You don't need to do anything yet. Like, oh, I'm sure to start right now. And what I like about this now is we can chunk smaller sections. It won't be so, oh my gosh, I have to read all of this. I have to absorb it so fast. We can really slow things down and make sure we're giving it the time. And then it's not, oh, I have so much to read this month because it's only a couple pages.
Right.
And
kind of like I mentioned, when you put a date on one little reading a class or one little,
it's not as overwhelming.
Yeah, it's not as overwhelming, and you can kind of be more contemplative and introspective on it. So that sounds great.
Yes. So we'll open our meetings with a little bit about what we read about there. And if for whatever reason you don't read those, that's okay, because I'll have a beginning activity that, we can kind of all combine what we know and what we've learned and what we bring to the table. So same thing there. It's all fluid. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Your presence is all you need.
Yes.
Exactly. You don't need to necessarily have it prepared.
Yes, definitely.
I love that.
So I'm very excited for that. That's a little bit new for a book club. We've never done that before. So
let's see how that goes.
Yes.
I want the bookmark. I want
to I'll print out extras and then that way, I can pass them out as they meet people or things.
Awesome. Okay. I hope you caught the reading bug and that you're super excited. Where can people find you? Because Abby has a really nice social media page. You're going to want to click on her social media. It's Abby Dosen Books.
Yeah. So it's A Dosen Books. And I made this, I laughed because it's ADOS as in snake, EN Books with an S at the end. Okay. So it kind of looks like I don't know how to spell. Because my last name is Dosen. But it's not too late. It's too late.
It's too late. Once people know your name, it makes sense.
Yes. So my last name is Dosen. Yes, so it's A Dosen Books, and that's where you'll find more information about my book, about what I'm reading fiction wise, about what I'm reading. I read a lot of parenting nonfiction too. So I have kind of a lot of different avenues I share on there, and I love to interact on there. So do not hesitate to reach out to me in the DMs. I will respond. It's so funny because I just kind of show up as I am. I don't know how to not be who I am, which I guess is a great problem to have. But then that means like, if you message me and start talking, I will talk to you as if we are best friends.
Right.
Like you will immediately be like, okay, here we are. She doesn't hold anything back. And I don't. And I know it can be a gift, but that can be, people are like, whoa. But yes, I welcome all the conversations. I love talking about anything book related and, anything in general. But
I love that. Love that. We were talking before we clicked on about friendliness and kind of representing what you do through the friendliness. So Abby's a really great example of that. So if you come and smack your mat down next to her at class, she's always introducing herself and getting to know people, and she's just a really great ambassador for community here. I can just not be happier or more proud than happy with us. Thank you.
Yes.
Her book is in the front lobby. Her book is also available through her Instagram. She's got the LinkedIn, and you can like find it and follow along as you get back to promoting the book and doing signings and such. That'll all be on there, so you can follow through. And then we'll sit down again and we'll just get an update as we go down the road. And thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for letting me into this space and allowing me to host, and everything about
there's
this place.
Sundays at 4:45, usually the last Sunday of the month. But like I said, October is going to become November.
Yeah.
So just, check with the website and the social media. There is sign up available.
Yes.
The book club is donation based. So just bring your phone or your cash or your Venmo business, and you can share directly to Abby.
Yeah. Right. And I just love to see if you are coming, just, I always like to have a little stack. Sometimes I home make something. Sometimes I'll bring little cookies or whatnot, and then tea and things like that. So I just like to know an idea of how many people are coming. So if you sign up on the website, I appreciate that so much. But even if you don't have time to sign up, just show up. That's what we want.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thanks for following, you guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Let's see. Where'd the cursor go? Here she is.